What is up, my fake life friends? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get anything, if you can go ahead and hit that like button below, it just gets my content out to other people who enjoy The Sims. So go ahead and feed that algorithm. And if you're brand new here, consider subscribing. I do mostly speed builds, but other gaming content as well. So today, building a family home in Willow Creek. I know you're all shocked to hear that. This build comes in at 84,726 simoleons. It is 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on a 30 by 20 lot. It is definitely a blue suburban. I used the navy blue siding paneling. I seem to use that one a lot. I always gravitate towards that and orange colors. I don't know what's up with that. So anyway, a little bit what's going on in my life. I've decided that the pandemic has taken me from introvert to complete and total hermit, I guess you could call me. I've always been an introvert. I prefer to be at home. I'm a homebody. I don't really like small talk. I talk all day at work to people, and when I come home, I just want to decompress. So that has gotten much worse since this pandemic has happened. I had to spend the entire 4th of July weekend doing things with family and friends, and I am exhausted. I had to go back to work today, and I just could not even be bothered to talk to people today. Unfortunately, I have to for my job. Is anybody else out there having that problem? Like, I am really having trouble getting back into society again. Honestly, I would welcome a quarantine back into my life. I know a lot of people want to punch me in the face for saying that, but I don't know. I'm a homebody. I want to be at home in my sweats. The other thing that I want to talk about is reshade. So I decided that I wanted to bring all of my Instagram posts and my thumbnails up to a new level of perfection. And so I decided to download Reshade and use, I believe, I don't know how to say this person's name, Polaco Slip. I wanted to use their reshade, which I think is called Slip Shady. So I came home from work today thinking this is going to be something quick. I'm going to do that before I do this voiceover. I got home trying to figure out how to download and install Reshade into The Sims 4. I had to watch like 50,000 YouTube videos on this. Finally got it installed, so then I went to download this Reshade, which if it's not the Reshade that I think it is, correct me. But the reshade that everybody uses on Instagram that leaves like the dark outlines around like landscaping and in the corner of the walls, and it just makes everything like pop, like the contrast is turned way up. I thought that was this Polaco Slips, and I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, reshade called Slip Shady. So I downloaded Slip Shady, and I don't think that it was my end. Like, I don't think I was doing anything wrong, but when I loaded up the game and had it in there, it was like really blurry, and then I was getting like black squares everywhere, and not even just when I had The Sims 4 open. Like, I'm talking on the desktop of my computer, little black squares were popping up when I wouldn't even have the game open. So then I'd open the game and everything was like really blurry, and I'm like, well, let's just get like into a lot and see what it looks like. And I was like looking at some of my past builds. It does not look like people's Instagram photos, so I'm very confused. And it said that was the reshade I was using, and when I toggled the reshade on and off, I could see what The Sims looked like, and then I could see what that one looked like. So it was definitely changing it. But it didn't look like everybody's. Like, it didn't leave like that contrast around landscaping, and like when I would turn the computer certain ways, like things would get like super blurry. And then when I was getting like pop-ups, you know, like for parenting, you know, like so-and-so at school did this, like what should, you know, that type of thing. It was like so washed out that I couldn't even read it. And it also made my game perform really bad. And I know it's not my hardware because I just bought this computer, or built this computer, I should say, in January. it's a very high-end gaming computer. It has no problem running games, so I don't think it's my end. I watched some tutorials on how to install the presets. I thought I did exactly what it said, and I thought that was the preset everybody was using. So I am not sure what's going on. If somebody could help me with like where my problem is arising, is that not the preset? Or am I using it wrong? Like, I don't know. Like, somebody needs to tell me. But I've been seeing people like, oh, ever since I installed this preset, I don't have to like edit my photos. So I took a few test photos too, because I'm like, well, maybe it looks better in photos. My photos looked like I just loaded up Lightroom and like turned my contrast all the way up on all of my pictures. And that doesn't look good. And these presets that, I mean, when I see people's photos, they look beautiful. So this is not a knock toward Palaco Slip, not a knock towards this person, because the freaking preset, if I'm using the right one, is absolutely gorgeous. And these people's photos, I see them on Facebook, I see them on Instagram, I see them on Twitter. Like, it just seems like everybody uses this preset now. And if you go to like YouTube and you like type in Sims 4 speed build, like all of the thumbnails are like using this preset, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to get with the times, because, you know, I work so hard to like try to grow my channel, my Instagram, and I'm thinking, well, maybe if I have this preset, it'll give it a little boost because these pictures are gorgeous. So I'm a little disappointed. And then I felt like my computer was glitching ever since I installed Reshade, like little black squares everywhere. So then I uninstalled it, and now the little black squares have turned to little gray squares. So I'm like, I really hope that I did not mess something up by installing this, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just too old for this stuff. I'm like almost 40, so maybe I'm just getting to that age where I don't know how to use technology anymore. I mean, it was bound to happen at this point, right? So if anybody can help me, because I want my homes to like pop. I want I want the pictures to show it justice. And it also would save me a lot of time not to have to edit all of these photos one by one in Lightroom. So yeah, there's that. So the other thing is, I took another break from YouTube and Instagram, and like, I just cannot believe like how much your engagement goes down when you take a break. Like, it really discourages you and makes you not want to take breaks, even though like you need to for your mental health. Like, I had to take a break. Like, my mental health was just like, ugh. Like, I felt overwhelmed with it. I just couldn't even like stomach opening The Sims, so I stopped. I like took a month and a half off, and I even updated with like other things, just not like The Sims. And now I've come back, and my Instagram engagement has just completely, it's gone. It's completely gone. You know, my post reach would be 20-30,000 people, and I would get like 1,000 likes, 500 like on a not so great one. I'd get 500 now I'm getting like 80 likes. My reach is like 100. I do have one that is like up in the 700s, but it really just is discouraging, and it makes me never want to take breaks again, which feels like I'm just going to get completely burnt out. And it's kind of the same thing with YouTube too. I felt like I was finally seeing some growth, and now I'm just like stagnant again. Oh, it's just so discouraging, you guys, because it's like you want to take a break so you don't get burnt out, and then you get punished for it. It's like the algorithm like punishes you for it. So now I feel like I have to work my ass off even more to get my engagement back on both platforms, and I thought that this reshade was going to help me. And like, it's just not working, so I'm gonna have to go back to just editing photos again. And I do like the way that my photos look, but I feel like people gravitate more towards the thumbnails and the posts that use this reshade. So I just felt like, okay, well, I just need to like, you know, get with the times. These are beautiful photos, and like, it's not even working, and I don't even know if it's me or what. Anyways, so enough about me venting about everything in my life right now. Sorry about that. Don't really have much else to say about this build. I just wanted to vent about a few things there, and if you can help me with this reshade situation, comment below or DM me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.